All right, what is up, my peeps? Joshua Smith here with another GSD Mode podcast real estate tip, where every single week I come to you with different tips, tactics, and strategies to help you get shit done inside your real estate business and help ensure that you are crushing and dominating your overall real estate goals. So for today, I wanted to break down my top 3 favorite AI tools, AI platforms that I'm utilizing in a heavy level inside my own real estate business here in 2024. Look, 2023, kind of the explosion of AI. 2023 was a year of split testing a lot of different platforms, seeing what's legit, what's not legit, what works, what doesn't work. And look, this is just in the infancy stage. Of course, there's going to be so much more. This is going to be evolving so fast, but there's also, it's very easy to get distracted, know what to utilize and so forth. With all that being said, there's about 3 primary tools that I have found, at least for my real estate business, that are extremely valuable, extremely helpful, that I use. Some of these on a daily basis, some, definitely weekly, and then some, I'm using at least once a month or so my business, but have all made a big impact, and I've seen good results from utilizing these in my business. So I'm not just going to break down what they are, but I also want to break down how to go out there and utilize them, or how I utilize them inside my business. Now, real quick, before we jump into that, look, if you are a real estate agent, if you are a real estate team leader, if you're a real estate brokerage owner, maybe your business isn't exactly where you want it to be. Maybe it's you're struggling, maybe you're stagnant, maybe you're growing, just not growing at the path that you want your business to grow at. It's like you're operating down here, but your full potential's up here, and you just do not know exactly what to do to get from where you're at to where you want to go. If that is you, I invite you to schedule a 100% free, 100% zero pressure, 1 hour long coaching Zoom strategy call with me personally. This is going to be a 1 hour call. And here's what we're going to break down on this coaching call. We're going to break down where your business is currently at, what your 12-month goals are, what your long-term goals are, what you are currently doing, what your biggest obstacles, resistance points, sticking points are. Then from there, I'm going to break down, hey, if we were to switch places, if I were in your shoes, here's exactly what I would do to get from where you're at to where you want to go in the quickest, most effective, most efficient, profitable manner possible. So if this is something that you want to take advantage of, go to www.gsdmode.com/Zoom call. Sorry, I forgot to scroll the banner here. If you're watching this on YouTube now, the banner's scrolling up with the URL there. So www.gsdmode.com/Zoom call. Now, full disclosure, we're going to spend an hour on this call. We're going to spend about 50 minutes doing all the things that I just walked you through, which is plenty of time to ensure that you know exactly what to do to get from where you're at to where you want to go. And I'm going to pour into it. I'm going to make sure that this is such a damn powerful utilization of your time. And in the last 10 minutes, I'm going to walk you through what my coaching program is, what it entails, how it works. If it's for you, great. If not, that's okay too. Look, we can still be friends. I have a 100%, very strict 100% no pressure policy. So I'm not going to beg you. I'm not going to hard sell you. That is not my style. I promise you, whether you ever move forward with my more advanced paid coaching, or not, this call is going to be extremely powerful. So if you're not exactly where you want to be, I highly encourage you to schedule this 100% free 1 hour long Zoom coaching call with me. Again, www.gsdmode.com/Zoom call. All right, so let's jump on in. Again, we're here talking about my three favorite AI platforms that I'm utilizing inside my business, how I'm using them, and all of that. Now, the first thing that I want to lead with is, what am I not doing? Right. So I've split tested a lot of this stuff. And look, I'm not saying that I'm the end all and be all, but I'm a dude that's been in this game a long time and sold a lot of homes, continue to sell a lot of homes, right. And I'm a guy that tests a lot of things. Like, I know my numbers inside and out. So with that being said, where I've seen AI not be there yet, not saying that it won't be in the future, but the reason why I'm saying this is I don't want you guys to go exhaust a bunch of money, energy, and time and shit that just isn't working right now. So how I'm not utilizing AI is for like AI chat bots or AI follow-up bots. I've personally not witnessed, and whether in my own business or seen anybody, whether it be coaching clients, friends in the industry, and I hang out a lot at the top of the top, close with a lot of the top of the top, names and biggest producers in this industry. I've yet to see anybody not just not get a decent ROI at that, but not just crush conversions in a negative way. Right? Like, just think about this. When you go on an online platform, and let's just say you as a consumer, you're going to go out there and you're shopping or whatever, and you go online, like within about, 2 seconds, if it's an AI bot or if it's a human being. So I know we want the easy button. It's like, oh man, how great would it be if we just, I was able to generate these online internet leads and this AI was able to take over, go out there, warm up this lead, set appointments for me, convert them for me. So I just didn't have to do the shit that I don't want to do in my business. That is the most important thing for me to do in my business. But I get it's pain in the butt. I don't want to, like, people want the easy button, man. They want the magic pill. I've yet to see anybody even come close to being able to demonstrate an ROI on that, and not just even an ROI, demonstrate to me that their conversions didn't, like, they were not even able to match conversions, right? Like where the conversions get crushed, right? Because again, we're just not there yet. Now, is it going to be there at some point in the future? Yeah, I'm sure that it will be. I don't know what that time frame is going to be, but as AI learns more and learns more, with NLP and more about human behavior and can simulate an effective sales skills of an effective salesperson to be able to go out and convert these, yeah, that day will probably come, but it's not there yet. So my recommendation is to not look for that easy button quite yet, right? And just follow up with your own leads, convert your own leads. There's so many platforms out there trying to sell this. Oh, this is a sexy AI tool that's going to do your follow up for you. Look, if you want to exhaust a bunch of money and have low conversions and just waste a bunch of time, energy, money, okay, go ahead and do that, right? But I've just seen that just shit the bed over and over and over. So that's how I'm not utilizing any AI in my business, because again, I care about not just efficiency, I care about effectiveness, and I will not sacrifice effectiveness for efficiency. So I'm looking at those two things. How can I be as efficient as possible, but still be as effective as possible? Very, very important if you want to go out there and maximize conversions. Okay, so now let's break down the top 3 AI platforms that I'm utilizing. The first one we're all probably aware of. It's kind of the one that catalyst, throughout all of this and with the AI, which is ChatGPT. Right. And I'm a fan of ChatGPT. There's some things I don't like about it, but there's definitely some things that I like about it that I have found to be very useful inside my business. Now, and I'm just going to go through some top ways that I'm utilizing ChatGPT in my business. ChatGPT can be great. Like if you get writer's block, you're like, oh, like sometimes, like an example, creating these podcast episodes. Sometimes I'm like, well, shit, man, like what do I create content around? Okay, first step there is I'll ask you guys, hey, what do you guys want to hear more about? How can I be more of service in your business? What specific topics, which you guys always do an amazing job at emailing me at joshua@gsdmode.com with more topics there, inserting those, on the comments on YouTube, and whatnot. So that's always my first go-to, because I'd rather hear specifically from you guys than have a guesstimate from some freaking robot, right? But then from there, look, I do get what are top struggles that, realtors or real estate professionals experiencing their business, like there can be some good topic ideas for things like that, but then in my real estate business, I'm going to give very specifics here. Okay. So where I found that ChatGPT really shines at is for like email subject lines, right? So I utilize it quite frequently when I'm trying to split test different email subject lines. Maybe I got buyer leads or seller leads coming in. I want to test different autoresponders, test different, emails or broadcast emails, so, going in there and being like an example of, what are, 50, give me 50 top converting, high open rate subject lines, based around XYZ example. If I'm trying to get XYZ, like the more that you pump or feed into ChatGPT, you get out what you put in, right? So garbage in, garbage out. You feed it good quality questions, and you have, very specifics, so like an example, like, what is a good email subject line to send to leads to send to potential real estate buyer leads that have been cold leads that haven't responded, haven't follow up. Like, what's a good email subject line, to get them to open? And then, okay, body copy. We can ask, like, what's a good subject, good body copy to get them to reply, right? Like, so getting very specific. So I use it, quite often, probably about on a weekly basis, when I'm sitting there, just because I'm always testing subject lines. Because look, if you're doing a lot of email follow up in your business, now I don't rely on email follow up phones or where appointments are set, but I do utilize a lot. Like I use that as, an accelerant inside my business. So I'll put my leads on, that come in, not only to do my calls, but like 1,000-day email text strips, so so I'm always split testing different headlines and getting some great examples. And look, I have had many cases now where ChatGPT has been able to come up with better subject lines than I've been able to come up with to get good response rates. Because here's the thing is, not just good response rates, good open rates, right? Because the point of a subject line in the email is to get an open rate. Then the body copy is to then get the response rate to get them to take the action that you want. So, okay, I'll use it for email subject lines. I'll use it for email body copy. So the email subject line, again, is how do I get this email open? Then from there, the body copy, will be how do I get a response from them? So, very specifics, right? Like, write an email based on, so-and-so scenario, ask, so the more specific that you can get, feeding it, the better. Okay. So then for video topics, right? So, and same thing. Okay. Whether it be, the title of the video, but then also content creation ideas for videos. Then also for framework of that video, like ChatGPT can be great for that. Social media posting ideas, like when we're, going out there, we're posting, and these are probably shit that you guys are already doing. So I'm going to go quick with this and I'll spend more time getting into the others. But so whether it be social media post, give me 50 top social media posting ideas as a real estate agent, whatever that may be. And then boom, you get a lot of different ideas, if you are, because look, when you're creating a lot of content, you get writer's block. And when I say writer's block, that, comes to not just, video content ideas, but writing as well. So utilizing for that. One of the ways I use it very heavily. So I use it, almost on a weekly basis when it comes to email testing headlines. But then when it comes to, because I do a lot of paid Facebook ads. So now I will personally write my Facebook ad copy. So I don't go into ChatGPT. I haven't found ChatGPT to be the best at, like just going out there and just telling me what the best headline is, best description is, best call to actions are. But where I found it to be really good is if I write the copy first. So if I write, like I'm doing a Facebook ad, I write the headline, I write the description, the call to action, all of that. I put it into ChatGPT then, and then I ask them to give me, a dozen different variations of that ad. Right. And then that allows me to go out there and split test a lot. And look, I've found great results with that. Because with Facebook ads, like we want to split test different things. Ads can start getting stale. So split testing it, seeing what works, and so forth. So that's primarily how I'm utilizing ChatGPT. I don't use it for like listing descriptions. I don't, I know some of you do. But to me, that's listing descriptions are pretty simple to go out there and write. So we have our own methodology for that. I'm not leveraging out for that. Okay. So that's how I'm using ChatGPT outside of just general research and just kind of fun, whatever, screwing around on there. Okay. But that's not business, right? Okay. So number two, and these other two, maybe you've heard of them, maybe you haven't. But number two is an AI platform called Gamma.app. So GAMMA.app. So what Gamma app is it's a badass presentation creator. So you can go out there and create relocation guides for all the different cities that you work, your agent recruiting guides, buyer's guides, seller's guides, listing presentations, buyer presentations. You can feed in stuff that you already have on your presentations and have them go in and, make it look way prettier. Like within 3 minutes, this thing, Gamma app can knock out a presentation that would take me probably 3 weeks to go build out. Right. And you can feed it in the copy or not. Let's just say I'm doing like a, relocation guide for Phoenix, Arizona. And then I'll give it some instructions like, like what to talk about. Okay. Talk about the, top 10 fun things to do. People that, their top 10 attractions, like fun things to do in Phoenix. Best schools in Phoenix. Give all the, important utility, public services, contact information, top restaurants, like you can go out there and feed it those different things, of what you want and kind of a relocation guide. And then it'll go out there, man. It pulls in goes out there and gets freaking badass images, pulls all that shit off off the internet, right? And puts it together. And then of course you can edit it, you can clean it up and whatever. But we're talking like 3 minutes, just pumps out amazing, amazing presentations. And then if you already have a presentation, like, okay, I can put in what I have and just have it really pretty it up. Cause I don't know about you guys, but like, I am not a graphic designer, I'm not, I'm not an, what do you call it? Fucking author, right? Or a writer, I can come up with some okay wording for certain things, but it's like, if I want to get it looking a lot more professional, a lot prettier, whatever. I have one of my clients that, is doing it for like one of the weekly emails that, I recommend to send out. Whether you do, I want a weekly email going out to everybody in my database, a couple different ways of doing that. But one of the suggestions that I have for one of the different ways of doing it is like a Friday weekly, what's happening in the area email. So it'll be like, top things taking place in Phoenix Metro this weekend. And the email copy might be something like, hey, happy Friday. Hope you had a great week. Not sure if you and the family have big plans for the weekend, but if not, below are all the top things taking place in XYZ area over the weekend. So he takes all that information, dumps it in Gamma app, and it just creates this, because you can do with Gamma app, you can do a presentation style where it's like a PDF presentation or something like that. You might utilize like in a listing presentation, but it can also then link it where it almost looks like a website, so he utilizes it for that. And it, it freaking looks sick. It looks amazing, that he's able to do. And it just takes, minutes and not seconds to go out there and do this stuff and update this stuff. So Gamma app, highly recommend to check it out. And then the last one here, number 3, that again, there's so many of these out there, but these are the 3 that I just use and abuse, right? So the next one is, the last one is Opus Clips. So the thing with the Opus Clips is like, look, we all understand the explosion of short form vertical content. So your reels with Facebook and Instagram, your YouTube shorts, your TikToks, so I'll kind of walk you through my full process here, right? Of how I do this. So you know how to utilize this. Opus Clips, it's like $19 a month. And it cuts everything up, adds the jump cuts, clips everything up into your 60-second. Like you can pick and choose the times that you want on those, adds all the auto captions, adds all the emojis on there for you, so it can, it does all of that stuff. Cause like for me, like, dude, I don't edit anything. I don't know how to edit anything, but in Opus Clips, it makes it like, I just pump a video in there within about 10 minutes, I have 20 options of all, chop up my video of 20 options of what to select from, and it's all done. Right. And then if I do want to edit anything, like maybe, I kind of stutter when I talk, say a lot of ums or whatever. So, and they have a technology on there that can remove filler words, that you can get in there as well, but it makes it really quickly and easy to go out there and if, hey man, this sentence doesn't quite fit. Let me remove that sentence. And then let me, highlight this other one that I utilize. Like maybe they just, because it's not going to be perfect, right? Every time. Now, I would say 60% of the videos I select, they nailed it. Dude, I just download it, go out there and publish those as YouTube shorts, Instagram reels, Facebook reels. I'll upload it to LinkedIn, upload it to TikTok, right? They do a great job with that. And then about 40%, I'm having to go in there and spend about 60 seconds making some quick adjustments on a couple things that maybe they didn't quite nail there. All right. So here is how I go out there and do this. Cause I get asked all the time, like, dude, how do you put out so much content? And scale this, and you're putting out, 20 pieces a day between all these different platforms. And so like as of right now, when I'm creating this podcast right now, I utilize this system. Now, this isn't AI, but this is how I use this with Opus Clips, and just in case it's helpful for you guys. So I use a platform called StreamYard. StreamYard is freaking badass. Wished I would have known about this years ago. I didn't, right? Started using it several months ago, and I'm in love with it. So if you're watching this right now, if you're listening to this, you can't see all of this, but if you're watching this, like you can add your logo to the, kind of whatever side of the corner this is. I don't know if it's going to be right or left on you guys. For me, it's on my right side as I'm looking at it. You can add, scrolling banners. Like you can see this one right here to schedule your free coaching strategy call with me at www.gsdmode.com/Zoom call. But you can add, different, whatever. Maybe you want to drive them to your, Instagram handle or Facebook handle. You have other call to actions. So if I'm doing a YouTube video, if I'm a realtor, maybe it's something like, I have, any questions, or any real estate needs I can serve support and help with, call, text, email. Yeah. Right. And have my contact info, and you can stack things, right? Like other things of where you want to drive them on there. So that's pretty dope. Then you can add different kind of ads, like if you have different ads, different things that you want to plug in there, where you just click a button and pop those things up. You can also stream to, all these other platforms live. But anyway, I use StreamYard to go out there and create my long form video and long form audio content. Cause like a second I'm done recording this, right? Then from there, like the recordings will be done. So then I go into it, I download the video recording, and then I download the audio recording. Then I'll take the audio recording, I'll upload that to a platform called Libsyn. So Libsyn is kind of like, you know how like you enter a real estate property in the MLS and it syndicates it to Zillow and Trulia and Realtor.com and all the IDX sites, you know, the bazillion of them all over the planet. Well, Libsyn's kind of like that. It connects with, you know, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, you know, all of, you know, right. So then boom, I've uploaded it to one place. Then all of a sudden the audio podcast is everywhere. So it takes, you know, I don't know, maybe after this is done recording, maybe that whole process takes me a few minutes. It's so fast. So then from there, I take the video, I upload it to YouTube, you know, add the headline, you know, whatever. You know, with that, add the quick thumbnail. But then once that YouTube video goes live, I take that YouTube link. This is how I use Opus Clips. I take that and then boom, I pop that mofo into Opus Clips. And then boom, it spits out 20 short clips of that. So then from there, it's like, all I really got to focus on is creating the podcast. Then it does everything else for me with all the clips, all the, you know, whatever, and is able to go out there and, you know, get those out for me. So I haven't scaled it to this level yet, but it's like, okay, I could, you know, with the amount of volume that I'm putting out, you know, I could get to the point where I'm pumping out, you know, 10 different reels a day, you know, 10 YouTube shorts a day. Not saying I'm going to, yeah, I'm starting with one a day. You know, I've been doing that consistently for a while, and eventually I'll scale up to maybe 2 a day. But it's a badass. So if you're somebody like me, that's like, dude, I'm not going to spend all day going through it and, you know, creating random videos, you know, for short form. And it's like, how do I repurpose the long form stuff that I'm already doing? Or dude, you can create just a short form video, upload it in there and have it add the captions. Cause I hate the whole editing aspect of it, you know, and I want to go fast with this stuff. So I also hate the back and forth, you know. I mean, at one point I had a full-time in-house film team, editing team, you know, but it just got to the point where it's like all the back and forth, going back and forth and approvals. And I'm like, dude, like this shit was bogging me down, you know, paying $100,000 plus a year in salaries and all of that stuff. I'm like, it bogged me down more than me just doing it all on my own. What's much quicker, much more efficient. Yeah, right. And so with things like Opus, with these AI platforms, you know, can go out there and get an amazing reach and hit all of that. So those are the 3 primary ones that I use and abuse day in and day out inside my business. And there's a lot of other ones. I get that. 11 Labs. A lot of my friends are loving 11 Labs, which will take your audio, like your, let's just say you do a YouTube video or an audio recording, but you want it to be, you know, just audio version. I don't need to do that because it's like, dude, I got StreamYard where I can already do the audio, and then 11 Labs. It also will, like, you can record parts of your voice, then go write something, feed it in there, and then it'll copy your voice through AI and read it. So, you know, some of my, you know, clients, whatever, are using that and like enjoying that. I mean, it's not something I'm utilizing. Big Vue or whatever, BIGVUE. That's another, you know, popular one that, you know, I'm seeing and hearing people getting good results out of, you know, where you can go into the app, download on your phone. It can tell you what content to create. It has the teleprompter. You look into the teleprompter. So like for your short form content or any of your video content, you know, it tells you what to say. You read the teleprompter, then automatically adds those, you know, and creates the content for you. So those are a couple other ones that, you know, I've gotten good feedback from those that I trust that are using them at a high level, you know, but these are at least the 3 that I'm using at the highest level. Cause again, you know, sometimes we got to navigate. There's just everything's AI. And then you find a lot of shit actually isn't AI yet. And, you know, so many distractions, whatnot. So I just want to share with you guys the top 3 that I'm utilizing, how I'm using in my business. And how they make my life easier. So I hope that you found this helpful. Keep crushing it, keep kicking ass. And again, if you'd like to schedule a 100% free, zero pressure coaching call with me personally to help ensure that you know exactly what to do to get from where you're at to where you want to go to www.gsdmode.com/Zoom call. All right, guys, keep crushing it, keep kicking ass. I'll see you next time. Peace.